Yes, y'all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey. Good morning, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Hey, all right, we got enough.
We got enough clapping. We got enough
damn,
applause there. Okay, no
we
problem.
didn't even do shit yet. How much clapping do you think we deserve?
Damn, but they like us. Surprised you didn't fix the camera view this time.
I was trying to, but see, I was fixing it, and I was like, you know what? I'm never really happy with the camera
view. Okay, I see.
The lighting, I got to put the pictures on the wall, and with the way it's set up, I didn't have it set up to do video in here.
Right.
So like when I'm doing it, it looks almost like I got it playing with the paints and with the posters and shit. No, this wasn't playing. All this shit was luck. So when I set up the new space, that will be taken into consideration.
Copy that.
So how are you, Dad? Wait. Before we do this.
What is it, ladies and gentlemen? Boys and girls, children of all ages.
Nah, you better not have children.
YouTube proudly presents to you. Facebook proudly presents to you.
That sounded great, but you just better not have children of all ages in here. You will be offended, especially in today's show. You'll be highly offended about get the kids. Get
what
the
we're
kids,
about to talk about. Yeah,
get your kids out of here.
Hide the kids.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, pod folk, it's your boy Sincere.
It's your boy Jay Honey.
And this is the JaySin Podcast. Welcome. Yes. Welcome, goddammit, welcome. Hold up. Oh, there it goes!
Sunday morning. Ooh.
Hey. What's up, Thickums?
How are you? Back.
Hope all is well. We have missed you. We
immensely
missed you. How was your week, Jay?
My week was interesting. It was I reflected a lot, actually, and aside from it being productive, I was very focused like I've never been. And I've been truly preoccupied and busy, with everything going on in my life, that I haven't really had the time to like take a time out basically for myself. And that's how it's been. that's how crazy it's been this particular week, because I actually made some changes on the labor front of things, or on the working front, and it's kind of like put me in a situation where I'm now more preoccupied than I was before making that decision, basically.
Okay.
But other than that, everything is fine. We just working a little bit harder than we did last week. That's it.
Oh shit! She said Jay, I got milk and cookies. Come visit.
About time, because she was running low on the snacks, bro. I used to go to the crib and she used to be like, I don't have anything for you. And it's like, what?
Yo, like, first off, you can't never run low on the snacks. Right? You can't never run low on the snacks.
Hell no. Not supposed to.
Nah, not at all.
But definitely, Barbs. I'll be there soon enough.
We miss you, Bob.
To get those milk and goddamn cookies.
we gotta catch up, Bob. We gotta get you back, because I know that
to come out to Philly, or when you guys come here to New York, we get together.
Oh yeah, we definitely gotta do that. Go out and get something to eat or something.
Yeah. Catch a bite. How's your week, sir?
Or
how was your week?
It's been busy, but that's expected in my life.
Right, of course. Adulting.
Yeah. The only thing I can say has been some ups and downs. I've had a couple of nightmares this week, which I don't usually have, but they definitely happened. But it wasn't nothing crazy. Believe it or not, it was nightmares about my 9 to 5 now.
Interesting.
I'm not used to having a 9 to 5. I've been having one for about 6.5 months, and I've started having nightmares about this motherfucker.
Damn.
So
what do the nightmares look like?
Like niggas coming in and killing everybody in the office. Me coming in, killing everybody in the office. Me being there when the office blows up.
Damn, so it sounds like a lot of terrible things you've been. I'm not even gonna call it dreaming about. You've been having nightmares about, basically. Damn,
Man, it's all bad shit. So
sound like some shit out of a movie.
And when I talk about me killing everyone in my office, let me correct this. I'm not killing my coworkers. I'm killing
the supervisors.
No, not even killing the supervisors. The people who come into the office, the ignorant people we deal with.
Morning, Grace.
Good morning, baby. So, yeah, but that's it. So
that was your week, pretty much. Just having nightmares.
Having nightmares.
Dreams and nightmares. Meek Mill.
Getting up. This week was real simple. Going to work, coming home, doing a little bit of writing.
Okay.
And watching the playoffs, which we'll get to.
Oh, man.
And then falling asleep on the couch.
Right.
Waking up at some point. And then this nigga Cuddy. Waking up at some point and then going and getting to bed and then doing it all over the next day. Very monotonous. So
right.
But we're gonna get into a couple topics. I'm actually waiting. I didn't want to say anything because I wasn't sure if we were going to have anyone here or if, but I'm actually waiting. I've been trying to stall now for a couple seconds. Here we go.
On purpose.
On one of our guests.
Okay.
So he is here. My brother.
Yo.
My God. Now I gotta figure out how to move this around. No, that wasn't it.
Get a good look. No. Get a good look at Mr. Blake Symphony.
No, hell no. Get this big ass nigga off the screen. Hold on. How do we exit this? Why do I keep making it bigger? Okay. Yeah. No. Wow. Exit. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm gonna need to talk to you later about the way you. Why does it keep? Wait.
You got it perfect.
Spotlight layout. No. I want him to be up here.
There we go.
Oh, you want him to be up top? Is that what
I want him to be in the middle, but it don't matter. Here we go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go.
Yo.
What
up, man? I'm finally on this show with everybody.
Definitely. Welcome.
What's good, bro? What's good, bro? For those who don't know, this gentleman is near and dear to us. He actually created the theme song, which we still just haven't been using since going to visual, because once you go to visual, things add different aspects, and neither Jay or I are really good with that editing kind of thing. So we will get that figured out later. But the gentleman made our theme music. He is a super talented producer, a videographer, a writer, a clothing line owner, all of these things above. He is a dear friend. He is one of my brothers. We would like to welcome him to the show, Blake Symphony. Clap it up, y'all.
Yep.
Appreciate the intro. I never get any intros, man. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna appreciate any flowers I get.
Oh, and father. Let's not forget.
Definitely father. A father. Definitely
black
a father.
Man, wearer of short shorts.
Definitely. I feel like there's levels though to the short shorts. I feel like there's John Stockton and then there's John Hornacek. Like there's differences. Like I'm seeing guys now. Like shout out to Wiz. He works out in literal like boxers. I'm like, and this guy's just like running around with like that size shorts. And I'm like, I'm not going there. I don't think that's where I want to go. But you can't let them thighs out just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's hot outside. You feel me? But anyway.
I just don't want your thighs to touch me. If I'm in public spaces, just keep your thighs, like your man thighs for you.
I
Like,
agree. I
you're
agree
not for
that people
sharing.
should keep their thighs to themselves unless otherwise warranted. So I agree.
No, unless you are a sexy lady.
Listen, man.
If you are a
Nah,
sexy
it's
lady.
2022, man. We gotta keep our thighs to ourselves unless we got.
Nah, hell nah. Fuck what y'all talking about. Sexy ladies bring them thighs out. You can bring them thighs out.
Hey, listen, man. If you look in the mirror and you feel like you a sexy nigga and you want to let your thighs out, man, who am I to stop you? You feel me?
I'm the nigga to stop you. That's who I am. No, put the thighs away. Put the thighs away. Niggas look. If you are running severely close to a nutsack hanging out, then I need you to rethink about what you're doing.
All right, so what Sincere is referring to is he's not referring to my shorts, not the Tiger shorts.
No.
Nuts off like that.
No.
But the concept that he came out with is it's called the Tiger shorts. I should grab a pair. I gotta figure out where I got some at right now. Yeah. So for me, it's about balance, right? And our fathers literally used to run around. They used to run around with the nut huggers, but in the spirit of that, let's say like early 90s, like NBA, right? Just cut a little shorter. You know what I mean? They had a little bit more wind to hit their joint, but it wasn't hugging their nuts. And that's the balance that I like. Like it's like, okay, let's take it back a little bit. Let's get a little bit more freedom. But I'm not the nut hugger short guy. Like I won't be the source for that. But yeah, it's all about balance, man. But some people like the nut huggers, man. So more power to them, brother. I'm not. I want to maybe have some more kids someday. So I need a little space. I need a little space in that area.
I got a question for y'all real quick. Y'all can be honest or y'all can lie. I don't care. Do y'all wear certain things to accentuate your junk at any particular moment? Kind of to show the junk off?
They asking me?
Both of y'all.
I don't. Personally, I don't think about that, but I live in a house with both of my kids. I just don't think about that. But I know that, women, and just in my context, women will pick up on certain things about you, whether you tripping over it or not, right? So you might just be wearing, like, case in point, this is a young lady I was dating a few years ago, and I went over her house, and, I'll just fly over some details, and she's like, "You the one came over with them pants on." I'm like, "I'm just wearing like, I'm just wearing." But
you the one came over here with them shits just like a slut. You the one came over here just like a whore.
Like the textbook, male thought uniform. For us, this is just like, hey, Grace. For us, it's just like, this is like the basic thing for us to put on at bare minimum. For them, it's just like the equivalent of them walking outside and whatever. Like. So, we don't necessarily think about it most of the time, but it's certain things that might set off for women. So,
Jay,
okay.
you be out here thirst trapping, or at least ever have in your life?
I don't, not consciously. Listen, I'm a little oblivious when it comes to certain. Okay, so maybe this might be a topic right here. Like, there's certain things that I'm oblivious with that might attract that opposite sex, because that's just not my point of reference. That's not what I feel like is a thing. But for a certain young lady with a certain type of thing that she's looking for, it might set them off. It might be a point of attraction. So I kind of have a tunnel vision. It's like I actually want to feel good in what I'm wearing, but something in that might be like, oh, that's attractive to somebody else. And I think I like that organic kind of feng shui. But anytime I try to target something, it never works. That doesn't work out for me. I just have to feel good, and that who it is.
That's funny to me, because like I'm definitely I'm one of the most oblivious men in the world. I just think everybody is nice to me. Like that's just how I feel.
Yeah, because I forget that attraction is a thing sometimes if I'm not looking to engage that way. You know what I mean? But then, like, you're kind of thank you, Gracie. You'll kind of spin the block a little bit in your memory, and you'll be like, oh, I think that person probably was on me.
I think she might kill you if you call her Gracie one more time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she doesn't like that at all.
But like, all right, so like I don't know if y'all like this out on the East Coast, man, but in the Midwest and South, we're nicknamey type people to death. So like, our brains are just find something for you. Like,
yeah.
so, like,
Well,
you have
I
to actually like, make
I
yourself
suggest
stop.
I suggest finding something else because where we come from, West Indian women carry knives and are very, very precise.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. I've had to adjust, bro. Like, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to adjust to that part of our people. But I'm with it now. Like, shout out to all my the Trinis out there. You guys have embraced me, and y'all have been like my bridge to the Caribbean cultures as a whole, as a Midwest boy. So I appreciate y'all, and I respect y'all, gangster.
and she a Gemini.
I'm one too. We can talk it out. It's okay.
So that's one of the topics today. Is what do zodiacs say about people? But yeah, now I'm just one of those people. I'm oblivious to everything. I just assume everyone. Like, first off, I hate human beings most of the time. So I don't want to communicate with human beings most of the time. So I don't reach out and speak most of the time. So if you are nice to me, regardless of all the barriers I have put up, and you're smiling and you're talking to me, I just assume that you're one of the people who just enjoys life and enjoys people. I don't read into it any further until you are literally telling me, nigga, do you not get that I'm alley-ooping this pussy over here?
You know what?
I
think there are, growing up, right? Maybe this is a point of reference for y'all, maybe not. I never wanted to be the guy who is too thirsty, right? Because none of the cool guys was too thirsty. None of the guys that was really those guys in the space was too thirsty, right? They could hug on different women. They could hang around, whoop-de-whoop. They were never too pressed with nobody. That's why they could be around, right? So I had to learn how to adapt that. But within that, I probably over-adapted it and went overlooked when somebody was actually interested in me if I wasn't like necessarily interested back the same way. So I would just kind of like, I think that kind of stuck too much, and it would just make you really have to give me a real green light before I'm like, oh, this is what time it is, because you had to get used to being around women and relax without him being like gross or like, you know, get this nigga away from me type thing, right? But it kind of stuck too much. So like, if I'm not on you, I'm not looking for you to be on me like that unless you make it like obvious. Like John Legend said, man, give me the green light. That's a real notion. That's a real song for some guys.
Oh yeah. Jay.
Yeah, man.
Are you oblivious to women's, Jay?
I am actually, and I usually like I would get certain comments when I'd wear like gray sweatpants. So
no, not the gray sweatpants.
Yeah, but I figure that there's a space for everything in this world. You know, if you want to Tom Selleck it, you know, with the short shorts, you know, you could do that as well. You know, without being discriminated against and all that, because I think we get into this thing where, you know, just because someone is dressed a certain way, we have to like judge them a certain way kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I think that people have to like just think that not everything that's being done is being done on purpose and intentionally, basically. And, you know, it's just one of those things where I'll just walk out regularly, you know, and I happen to find people looking at me and I don't even know why they're looking at me sometimes. And then I go, oh, okay, it's because of this or it's because of that they're looking at me, you know. So you start to reflect and you start to analyze and you're like, oh, okay, now I know why. But I'm completely oblivious, you know, to any of that stuff. It's like I don't wake up thinking like, all right, I'm gonna wear these pants or I'm gonna wear these shorts, you know, to make my junk look bigger or whatever the case is. You know, it's not something that I plan.
Right here.
Yeah, it's not something that I plan or whatever. The only thing is like if I feel like I wake up, you know, I'm going somewhere, for instance, and I look myself in the mirror, there's those days where I'm like, damn, you know, you feel like you look great, you know? So it's like, I'm going to put something nice on. And with that intention, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, show out, take pictures, and, you know, and go about my day, basically. Nikki!
Good morning, Nikki. Shout out to Canada and Toronto.
Yeah. The 6.
So, are you doing Caribbean this year, Nikki? please let us know if you're doing Caravana.
What you was gonna say, Blake?
No, I was just gonna say a minute ago. I was out with my son yesterday, going back and forth from Jersey, where my sister is, and I would go through World Trade, go through all of the our little route back and forth from Brooklyn, and I would notice looks that I would get, and then I had to remind myself, like, bro, you are 6'1" with a bunch of colorful clothes that you designed. You're a billboard, like, don't forget like what this is about. Like, it's not you and your soul. It's like you're billboarding things that maybe they don't have the information on, but you're sparking the interest. And even if you're not, designing your own stuff, like if you could get real Rico Suave, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people don't see that all the time walking around New York. It's like, look at this brown black man with trimmed up with his nice shirt, blah, blah, blah. I've seen, 40 dust balls. This is the cleanest man I've seen in a 20 block radius. This is an interesting thing for me to see for 1.5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we don't even think about these things because we're not really full of ourselves like that. But like, you got to remember what you're giving to the world sometimes can spark the eye. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Jay definitely be getting cleaned up and out here looking like Rico Suave when he wants to.
Rico.
That nigga, he be. I know it can't wait to outside back over. That nigga gonna be in La Marina showing his ass. I know it.
That doesn't even exist anymore.
Hey, they're gonna bring that shit back.
They're gonna bring it back because of me.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, they're gonna be like, you hear me have on the white suit? Open it. Open it, baby. It's Jay. It's Jay.
No, that's one thing I've once again, coming from St. Louis and not having so much of this in front of me, that's one thing I've had to really get to know and embrace about Dominican culture. From what I've really picked up, is that romanticism. I feel like y'all do romanticism more like on a different level.
That's a fact.
It's a different level. Y'all love y'all women as passionately as they love y'all. Like, I had to adjust. But it's good. It's great to see it, though. It's great to see, not everybody is out here to be a dog or a player or just
or a gangster.
Love is a real thing, and romance and courting and all of that is still a real thing.
Yeah,
and it's okay
chivalry
to embrace some of that. I think we was wired to be certain types of savages, and even if you weren't raised that way, just for survival. And it's kind of refreshing to see love again. So y'all remind me of that, bro. The Dominican culture reminds me of that, love for real. You know what I mean? So it's nice.
Definitely.
It can be scary. It can be intense.
Yeah, definitely. Because that love can be intertwined, with a little bit of violence, here and there, and because it's just hard. It's hard love. It's cold, hard love.
It's
basically.
hard love, but I respect it though, because at the end of the day, that's family that's sticking together. So we need more of that. We do need more of that. So it's more good than bad for sure.
I don't know if you can see Blake. Nikki says hello.
What up, Nikki? How you doing?
She is part of our Convos family. That you never be on.
Bro, listen, man, when you're a parent, dog, that talk time is like, oh, bro, it's like a vacation. I don't have it. Like, I don't be having it, bro. My kids gotta legit be away. And that's when they're at school. Ain't nobody on Convo. People on Convos in the workday, but I can't spend too much time doing that. It's always at night when it's popping. And I got a lot of that off in the pandemic when it was away with the mother. But dog, I can't.
I hear you. I hear you, King. So Blake and me are working on a project which he has consistently been pushing me to write for.
Man, I am
including a couple days ago when this nigga just sent me a message that said raps, and I just said the sad face. That sad face of frustration, nah, I don't want to.
Listen, man, it didn't help that Pusha T came out with another album. Pusha T is our focal point. Like, when Pusha T drops something, or even if we reflect on some Pusha T, I feel like that Pharrell Pusha dynamic that doesn't mirror us perfectly, but it's a good little. It gets the blood flowing. You know what I mean? So
it's funny because me and Jay talked about this last week when Pusha dropped. About how I usually get put into that Pusha T realm by people by comparison when I I get compared to certain artists, Pusha T is always there.
But
I take that as a compliment. And I always have, because I love Push. But when you look around, I believe Royce the 5'9" said something years ago that I thought was incredible. And he was like, when it comes to music, when you really, really love what you do, because I do, I love music. Do you want to be that hot nigga and make $5 million in a year and then fizz out? So do you want to make $5 million in a year and then your career is over in 12 months, or do you want to make $200,000 a year for the rest of your life?
Yeah, and that's a real choice.
And up front, you're gonna get maybe, because you're gonna up front when you get introduced to shit is when you're gonna make a lot of that money. But and even just talking about people who just live on the back skirts of the music industry, who just do some writing here, writing there, not a whole lot, just enough, a couple movie placements. Just, do you want to be that nigga, or do you want to live comfortably and mostly have your anonymity, but be able to make $200K a year? Which one do you want? I said, nigga, I want $200K a year for the rest of my life.
Bro, think about how long ago, and I don't know Push's income, but think about how long ago 2002 was.
Exactly.
Right? And that man is still here without getting too bubbly hot. The hottest he was grinding as far as commercial is concerned. And that man is still here. How many people from 2002 are nowhere to be found?
And that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
Like, when I get those comparisons, him, Jada, Gates, so on and so forth, I'm like, the one thing they all have in common, the niggas I get compared to are all still here. The niggas I get compared to all still around. So that says something to me. Shout out to those guys, man.
And we have to remember, respect is a currency as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was listening to what's the Usher joint, Throwback, on Confessions, and Jadakiss was on there. Diamond selling album, and Jadakiss was a part of that. It wasn't Puff Daddy and the family. It was Usher. Like, respect gets you that. You know what I mean? Respect gets you that, bro. So yeah, back to you rapping though. Listen, y'all. Nobody.
Nikki said you should get on the OT tomorrow on Convos. When we do the 8 o'clock version of this on Convos tomorrow, you should be there. Is what Nikki is saying.
Hit me. I might be washing dishes or cooking some food, but I'll hop on if I can. Hit me. But listen, I want your listeners to know that if anybody at all, very few people believe in what you're capable of as an MC and a music maker than me, and I am going to do all I can to work with and help this journey of this music, bro. And I'm really inspired by not only what Push has out, but like, you don't really pick up on this the way I do, but this is a point of inspiration. I really love Alchemist and Action Bronson's thing too. Like, they inspired me to like get into like just make some rap, like produce some rap and get with my favorite like rapper I know in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like just make some rap, dog. We'll organize it later. But like that's the spirit I'm really coming with. Like really cracking out some rap, man. Just make some rap. That's really what it is. You're my guy for that. You're my guy for that. You know, Dave is my guy for like concepts and blah 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 and a lot of other stuff. Carice is my guy when I need some singing. Like I got my guys for different things. You're my guy for like the raps, man. So I'm gonna stay on until we get this done.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I did well. You heard some of the raps, and the writing of the raps is never the problem. Well, no, I lied. Sometimes the writing of the raps is a problem. It is mostly the recording of the raps.
The delivery.
Yeah, I'm not great on recording.
We're gonna get it done. Listen, I want y'all to archive this. Sincere is going to have so many IPs and such a rich body. Jay will too. We're gonna figure out the Jay side of this. But Sincere is gonna have so many IPs and so many rich properties in this market sometime that y'all not gonna see coming. to just archive this. We're gonna make it happen because I'm going to bug him until everything is accomplished that we done thought of already and that we ain't even talked about and thought of already. It's gonna happen, including this podcast. Watch.
We appreciate that energy. We're not gonna talk about the stuff that's been stolen, but we're not gonna,
Listen, bro.
Anyway,
everybody who's ever been great then had some took or donated.
There we go. Donated.
On the Hitman. You know what I'm saying? Before he broke off. Like, everybody got a little something, so it's cool, bro. So it's cool.
Wait, I do have a question. We were going to have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're here, we want your input. The question is, can you ever truly be your true sexual self with your husband, wife, or significant other?
I've never been married, bro, so I don't know if I'm qualified for this one.
Well, do you think you've been in
long-term
relationships?
Yes.
Do you feel that you can ever be? And this, let me give you a little backstory, and everyone listening. This stems. This you said what?
No, go ahead.
This stems from a conversation I was having with a couple women that I'm cool with. It's not so much can you be your true self with the person you're with, more as can you accept the moment afterwards? Are you okay with that moment afterwards? Are you okay with really having people? Because some people have deeper, darker desires than others.
Got you.
Are you okay with doing that with your significant other? Or do you designate, like, how do you do? Or do you allow them to go off and have someone that they designate for that? Nikki, don't encourage him, Nikki.
I would say my thoughts on that are personally, when I'm in, when I'm in that kind of space with somebody that's very intimate, there's, if I had to make a metaphor for it, think about it like basketball, right? When it's open gym and everybody's there to just, have fun, then there's going to be a basketball behavior that you're going to have that you wouldn't have on an organized team that has goals and has you're there, you're going to win in a different way and you're going to enjoy in a different way with the team, with structure, than you will just on your own doing whatever with other people that are just on their own doing whatever. So some people can merge both of those things, but it often is a little separated only because the people that you're going to have fun with aren't going to be the people that you can count on to show up for practice, to dedicate for a whole season, whatever, what have you, right? Versus the person who is capable of doing all of that, maybe they don't have as much fun with the game, but they're structured, right? And the best thing I feel like, the best balance I can feel like is, you let some things go, but some things you kind of can keep, or but it's never going to be like just as wild as it was when I was single. It's like that right now. It doesn't work like that for me because there's certain things I'm not going to want in a committed, real intimate relationship versus if I'm enjoying myself outside of that structure. To each his own, though. Some people really want to recreate that in a, structured in marriage and they're okay with it and they're open. But I think that's the one part of me that's still old fashioned. I wanna keep things between us, and if I can't get everything that I normally would as a single man, it's okay because I know that it's everything else in that relationship that I know I can count on. It ain't all gonna come down to me, like getting a nut, bro. Like you can't over prioritize that shit, in my opinion.
Nikki said it sounds like you're settling.
No, not settling, bro. It's not settling. Listen, I've been able to date and less than date and engage with a nice spectrum of women and what they're into sexually. And I've gotten a chance to see what I would want to go for versus what I wouldn't. And for me personally, I'm okay with trimming a little off the top if we have stability and something that's private between us versus doing everything in the world, but everything's a little shaky, a little wobbly. But that's just my personal style. You know what I mean?
Nikki said you should be able to be your true self. They're gonna know my levels of freaky or from jump.
Yeah,
Sex needs to stop being such a taboo topic. Once that happens, people will be sexually liberated.
I wish Nikki was on here right now. We need a woman's perspective. Like, so
Nikki, are you free to jump on? If you're free to jump on, send me the email. Send me the email to the IG.
I would think that once two people get to a certain space and decide to stay in that space together, they're gonna have some things in common, things that they already got popping anyway. So it's not gonna be devoid of pleasure and devoid of that good time. But maybe it's not everything in the world because you're two different people, and I don't know. But some people are different, man. I don't know. And once again, I've just had a variety. And I know not everybody's going to carry all the same traits. So maybe I have like a hard list of things that I would need. But then outside of that, we can, play it by ear because I'm going to value you past like that nut. You feel me?
Well, she says she need to get dressed. All right.
A white t-shirt and a hat. And
a white t-shirt and a hat. Now, Nikki usually comes up when we do the OT. So we could bring this back up during the OT. You pop up on.
All right, bet.
Jay, I'll go because I know Jay is gonna have. I want Jay to be able to spread his wings on this one because I think this is more up his alley than we believe. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to get I texted him this this is on the show this week, and I was waiting. Nikki is not gonna be okay for YouTube rules. Right, good job.
Party pooper.
We could have got the titties on the show.
Buzzkill.
Anyway, I think exactly, Cuddy. You see it, right? Cuddy see it too. I feel like the way I feel about it is, as much as we want to be open and honest, and especially with us, what we do sexually with our partner. I'm speaking as a man who's been married for a decade now.
Congrats.
Thank you. Not all of us have the same desires. Not all of us have the same kinks. So I can understand some people who don't want to experience certain things with their spouse or their significant other. I'll give you a perfect example. There is a person that I know. A person I know personally that is into pegging. If you don't know what pegging is, it is when a woman puts a strap-on on and becomes the man in the sexual interaction. So there's a woman I know that is into pegging and is happily married. Says she would never want this experience with her husband because no matter how much it turns her on, no matter how much she enjoys doing it, the men she does it with are usually submissive and fit a certain, a certain, I guess, demographic for her. And maybe you think you want to see your husband and do this with him until the moment you're done. And now you have to go back to doing everyday things and viewing this man as the man that has allowed you to fuck him in the ass with a strap on. are you really that comfortable with your significant other where that doesn't bother you at all? And if you are, kudos. But most men and women are not that comfortable when you really, really think about it. I know me and Grace had this conversation pre-production. We just had the conversation pre-production just for fun. And Grace was like, "Yeah, no, if you were into shitting, you would have to go shit somewhere else. Like, I love you, but if you wanted to shit on my face, I would just tell you no. You would have to go shit on someone else's face." And as the nigga, would I really want to shit on my wife's face? Of all the faces. And then I gotta kiss that face?
Ooh, sounds like a shitty situation.
Exactly. So I feel like there are moments and times where if I'm not saying go cheat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not advocating for cheaters. I'm advocating for maybe surrogates.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a conversation with your significant other, like I did with Grace, and say, "Hey, I really want to do this," always give your partner the opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don't hide it from them. Be honest. Like, "Hey, baby, I really want to drink a whole lot of grapefruit and then piss on the bitch while I'm singing 'We Are the Champions.'" Well, that sounds like you need another bitch in your life. You know what I mean? Like, right. and give them the opportunity to say no. And then to be open enough to possibly say, "I'm okay with you doing that with someone else," because a lot of the time, saying no for someone wanting to get their rocks off somewhere else, doing something that you aren't willing to do, aren't able to do. Let's remember that. Not aren't able to do, aren't willing to do. That's a little bit different. And it's also a little bit selfish to say, "I don't want to do that. You shouldn't be able to do that." Even if it brings that person joy and pleasure. And let's keep it real, men. We are going to finish. That's just what happens. We are men. We get erect. We rub up on something, and we come. That's how it works. It's not fucking rocket science. That's how it works. Nigga, I can come in my jeans if I tried hard enough. It's not rocket science.
It happens.
But women, a high percentage of women never actually orgasm. Never. And like, it's a lot of work. So if your woman comes to you and tells you this is what does it for me, to not participate or at least even allow her to go do that, it is in essence still being selfish enough to not allow her to enjoy the real climax of sex, which you enjoy every time you do it.
Exactly.
But it just all comes down to, are you okay with that? So, Jay, how are you feeling? Hold on, let's see what Nick had to say real quick.
Let's see. Unpopular.
I agree with Nick.
Unpopular opinion. Sexual desires need to be discussed early in a relationship. That way parameters are put in place. I agree. But, Nikki, does that mean that... Hold on. Somebody got trouble happening in the background? Hold on, who's that?
Hold on, that's me.
Oh. Okay, Nikki, I understand what you're saying, but if your man wanted to shit on, like he just wanted to shit on a bitch's face, that's his thing, would you allow him to shit on your face because that's what he's into and that's his level of freaky? And if so, would you be comfortable with that? Or would you let him go shit on another bitch's face? these are questions that we had to ask. What are you really that comfortable in a relationship that someone can doo-doo on your face?
Is this the question?
Not doo-doo on your face necessarily, but the question was, is there a level where you don't want your partner to be the other person in the act, or are you that comfortable in your relationship no matter what it is? It's always your partner. Because look, I'm pretty goddamn comfortable in my relationship. Okay, pretty goddamn.
I want to hear what they got to say. I feel like I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm up.
Yeah, it's your turn today, man.
You're very loud. You're very
all
loud.
Right. Hold on one second. Hold on. Well, anyway, I'm gonna loop back to something
wait, you're very loud right now.
Interesting. I don't know why. Let me see. You put the mic here. What about now?
You're good money.
All right. Just give me a second.
Oh, and it broke.
No, we're good. I just have to put the mic.
Copy.
Yeah, to back it up a little bit. But I just want to allude to something that Blake said previously. And, as a Dominican man, that I am, we do love very hard. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, you can be your true self and what you like and what you desire with your partner, as long as your partner is always on the same page as you are. And this is where I think where communication is key in all of this. You have to be able to speak to your partner's likes, speak to your partner's dislikes, find out what they enjoy doing as compared to what they don't enjoy doing, what they would actually consider in doing as well, as opposed to what they don't consider in doing. And in being said all that, one of my stipulations or conditions, we must at some point get on the floor. If that's not on the table, then there's going to be a lot of problems in this relationship, because you're not letting me be my true self. Because we need to get on the floor at some point and go straight Jurassic Park, like I've said it before. And so, with that being said, I believe it's something we can truly, truly accomplish. And as the saying goes, teamwork makes the dream work. So when you're in a relationship with someone, you got to talk about these things, and obviously with the conversations that you're going to have with this person, there are going to be certain extremes to it as well, because shitting on someone's face is pretty damn extreme. And I'm the type of person, I wouldn't even consider something like that, because I'd see that as somewhat of a disrespect. So it's if she's into that kind of stuff, then she basically needs to shit on somebody else's face. But once again, in a relationship, I think we are all allowed to be our true selves, and we just need to communicate that to our partners and just make sure that they're on the same page as well. And I feel like once we're on the same page and it's solely about reaching that climax, then we got to do what it does and just get to that climax. And I think it's also very important for couples to continue to reignite, whatever they have going on in their sex life, because at some point things just get boring, things just get very bland, and we have to continue to find things to basically reinvent the love that we have for each other from a sexual standpoint, because love has so many other boundaries and so many other stages. So I just see that as very important for you to be your true self, during a relationship, on all aspects, if you can. Nothing is ever perfect in a relationship, but I do believe that you can achieve a great one basically with whoever you're with. It just simply comes down to you communicating with them being on the same page as you, and you just carrying out that assignment, knowing your assignment as a man, knowing your assignment as a woman, bringing that together and just basically making the dream work.
What if she got bad knees?
Well, for bad knees, there's Ace bandages. There are knee pads that they sell. You know, I was about to say Models, but they actually went down with the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. But you know, we could always go to Dick's Sporting Goods, you know, to get some nice, you know, firm, cushiony knee pads, basically. So, you know, we could hop on the floor. You know, it doesn't have to be, you know, for like, you know, it doesn't have to be for more than 10 minutes or anything like that. It's just to change the dynamic, because sometimes you got to step out of the comfort zone of that bed and onto the floor, you know, to achieve other things and you know, to get her aroused in other ways and basically to wow people. So the floor has to be a priority, because I am not myself if I can't get on the floor with you and dig that out. Yeah.
Jay is at his best. Yeah, his kink is definitely floor work, Nikki. This nigga is
I'm a maintenance worker. I'm a janitor.
Anybody who's listened to us knows that this nigga is all about fucking on the floor. I don't know. I will not get it. My knees and my back are set up a certain way that just being on the floor needlessly is not necessary. We might be able to get down there, but getting up might take a little moment. But this nigga here, he just, you know what? Whatever. I'm not mad at you, bro. Whatever brings you joy, whatever makes you happy. I just want my niggas to be happy. That's not a lot to ask. Real quick, because this was a surface bed. God,
Nikki got the jokes today, huh?
Quick question, y'all. While we here, it's about to be hot girl summer, because that's what's
hot
happening.
boy too.
Yeah. Hot boy summer. It's about to be
hot boy, hot girl.
Everybody outside and getting COVID summer. So
damn, you wilding now, bro. Why you have to? Yo,
that's exactly what it is.
Blake, you remember you said that Grace was a buzzkill? Like, why he have to do that just now? Why you have to talk about? Why you have to bring COVID into this? Like, we were having a perfectly good conversation before you decided to bring COVID.
Niggas is out here on planes, trains, and automobiles with no masks, just spreading everything they got. They don't care.
Listen, man, they
about to open buffets back up, and niggas about to be everywhere with the buffets.
They're already everywhere, bro. Yeah, nigga, I was out in the city. I was out in the city yesterday, and everybody was out and in each other's faces, basically. What you was gonna say, Blake?
I'm glad that as a populace, we're at the point now where we're ready to take on COVID as we know it now a little bit better. So it's not gone and it's still a thing, but it's not the boogeyman like it was before. So
maybe not for you niggas, because it seems like you niggas have caught it.
No, actually, I haven't.
Now, I'm glad to say I've never caught it, but I'm also also got myself vaccinated too, man. So long as it doesn't take on any new shapes or sizes, man, I'm not worried about it too much at this point.
Yeah, see, like for me, the way Grace, I see you, Grace.
Thank you, Grace.
The way I see things is, for me, I'm just looking at these people out here. And first off, you niggas is talking like the niggas that I run into that done caught the shit. Niggas
never caught it, bro.
Niggas that be like, yeah, I caught COVID in 2020, and I got the antibodies and I got some shots, and ain't nobody worried about that COVID. And I'm like, nigga, what do you mean? You like, what the fuck what are you talking about?
Listen, sir, as somebody who had to get myself and two young kids through the zombie days of early 2020, this is a breeze, man. I ain't worried. I remember being in Crown Heights scared to go outside. Bundling all of us up, zombie apocalypse, bro. This is nothing now. I ain't worried about it, bro. Like I'm not ignorant to it still being around, but I was around for zombie land, bro. You got to understand my perspective.
I grew up in zombie land. You ever been
125th and
Lexington, nigga? Yeah.
Yo, I spent just enough time on 129th and Lennox to get it. I could breathe. I could breathe back then. You know what I'm saying? At least we could breathe. Like, breathe. You know what I mean? So I ain't worried about it, man. This ain't 2020, bro. Like 2020, you
I'm
got a
with you, Blake.
hospital, you know, half a mile down the street with body refrigerators out the back end.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just
we in a different.
I totally agree with you, Blake. I just think at this point we have to sort of like learn to coexist with what's going on, you know, in terms of the pandemic and everything else. And we also have to think that at some point polio was a thing in the world, you know, and it was affecting a lot of people, and it was, you know, it was conducive basically to bad health. And with everything else, you know, viruses as well, they tend to mutate over time, and they tend to weaken as well, you know. So it's like we just have to continue taking our precautions, you know, as always, because in a closed space, for instance, and the way that I work with people, I have to mask up. So I just do it anyway, and I expect the same of people as well, you know, whenever I'm working alongside them. So I just think it's a situation where, like, yes, we have to be aware that it's still there, but at the same time, we have to learn to coexist with it as well. And I don't think that, well, according to stats, is what I'm going to back, you know, the statement by, is the fact that it's not as bad as it was in 2020. I feel like things are a lot better at this day and age with everything that's going on, you know, with all the medicine that we have, you know, for it, and just the normal precautions that we can take, and just, you know, just simply washing our hands, you know, washing our face, make sure we wash off our bodies properly, make sure we wash our clothes, you know, regularly, and just taking just those simple precautions, you know, I feel like it just goes a long way. And, you know, we just have to learn how to coexist with that so-called boogeyman, you know, in the virus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, I'm somebody who took it and has taken it absolutely seriously.
Yeah,
so
of
I'm not one
course.
of those people that's anti anything, but I feel like I paid my dues for a little bit more freedom at this point. You feel me? That's all.
Cool, of course, definitely.
And Nikki, Nomad World Citizen is the gentleman here, Blake's his clothing line. So that's his.
Yes, man. Nomad World Citizen, and it looks like the
need
rest
to cop
of
a couple of
running,
hats from there. Actually, I like those
strong,
trucker hats.
5 minutes so I don't dip off. But yeah, Nomad World Citizen. That's the name of the brand. At Nomad World Citizen on Instagram, Nomad World CTZN for the website. For all of those interested. This is a shirt from it. I would stand up and show you my pants, but I don't want to turn you ladies on.
You got the cap on too.
Yeah.
You got the cap.
You don't want to. He don't want to swing that man meat in your face.
Yeah, man. We were talking about it earlier. You know, I'm wearing black pants, but for y'all, it could be a whole nother thing. So, but no, Nomad World Citizen, man.
One thing I was gonna say, Blake, like I pay attention to like a lot of algorithms and that sort of thing, you know, on Instagram, and I noticed that a lot of your clothing seems like it's for warm weather, or do you have like cold weather clothing as well? Because the clothes that I see you actually model. Yes, Blake is also a model as well. Is it something that where it's just for like warm weather, or is it cold weather as well? Like, do you have jackets? Do you have like pants? Like, do you?
Great question. So I have all around. I have stuff for all through the year, but I will say that last year I put a super emphasis on the warm weather stuff because that's just where the point of inspiration was, and I really want to take advantage of that. So that's more out there than the jackets and pants and stuff, but I'm going to do better this fall. You're going to see more of the like kind of bad weather clothing. It's all in the works. But yeah, like last year's push was really around being outside again in 2021 and just energy and stuff like that. So that's really what I was focused on. But I went so hard, I kind of underprepared for the winter. So I'm not going to be doing that again.
Good. Yeah. You
said you got about
pants, coats, all of that.
You said you got about 5 minutes left, then?
Good 5 minutes. I gotta go ahead and get moving again, but I'm glad I can steal some time now.
All right, so that means we got about 5 minutes. Have you been watching the NBA playoffs? In very short words, did you watch Ja Morant dunk on this nigga?
Yes. Murderous.
It was incredible.
Murderous.
Incredible.
It's crazy
out
how
of this
Vince
world.
Carter dunks are like normal now.
Bro.
You know? it's like there's been a basketball evolution in everybody's genetics, and what used to be like, holy shit, look at Vince Carter jumping over a nigga, is now like, oh yeah, there's like 6 guys that can do that now. You know what I mean? And that's just in the NBA. High schoolers are like practicing like that. It's crazy.
Yeah. Right. It's crazy. This has been one of the most enjoyable fucking playoffs in a very
outside of the
long
Brooklyn
time.
Nets completely disappointing me, bro.
They shit the bed.
Bro.
The bed.
So I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Didn't grow up with an NBA team, and that's a whole other podcast. But moving to Brooklyn as an adult, right before the Nets got here, paying rent, I felt like that's my team for real. The Knicks was already here. I went in Manhattan. Brooklyn felt like my gift, right? Like you're a gentrifier, kind of. Here's your team. And so I feel that New York tradition of dying when your team disappoints you. Like I feel like I'm a real New Yorker now after getting swept in the playoffs.
Nah, you are a New Yorker.
Y'all feel from the Giants year after year. I feel that with the Nets. I feel like I'm finally a full New Yorker now.
Thank you. I don't feel that pain with the Giants because mainly fuck the Giants. But but the Nets, bro, yeah, I feel it. But it's different because I view the game also from an analytics standpoint. Yeah, that's my team, but I saw the writings on the wall early. And it was what it was. So I called the sweep on the show. Like on game 4 started, Jay wanted to give him a game. I was like, nah, these niggas ain't stealing nothing, bro.
I will say
exactly, Grace.
There's it's bittersweet because KD was completely locked up by JaySin Tatum, son by JaySin Tatum, but JaySin Tatum is a St. Louis native, and we're all very proud of him. So even in my loss, there's a little bit of a win. But I still have to hear it from my good friend Maria Myrain almost every day because she is from Boston.
Yep. Shout out to Maria. Shout out to Maria. If you don't know her, please go follow her. She is an amazing PR woman. She is a model. She is just a fucking phenomenal, dope person. So please go follow her.
Maria is a force of nature, and she is an avid Boston sports fan, and I cannot wait for the Celtics to get eliminated because I am in pain watching her stories every day. And them freaking shamrock emojis. God, man.
What's crazy to me about the Celtics Brooklyn series is even though the Celtics did sweep, not taking that from them, even though they did play amazing defense, I'm not taking that from them. Every game came down to the last possession or close
the last
to it.
Quarter.
It did.
The last 3 minutes.
It did, especially game 1. But
but
how much do you pick the Bulls when guys don't get it done? Like I can't
right. Know? So if the Nets, even in game 1 when Kyrie went crazy, if Kevin Durant, we didn't need an A game from him. If you even gave niggas a C game, that's a 10-point dub.
It would have been enough, right?
Yep.
The rest of the shit that these niggas did when they were playing game 2, 1 field goal in the whole second half, and niggas lose by 4. Like, nigga, if either of you niggas showed up at all, and that I think that was the painful thing to watch for me was that nigga was not even in it, and the squad was still this close.
That's what That's the whole story of the Nets, bro. Like they give us signs of what they're supposed to be, and then they just fail. You ever tried to turn a light on in a dream, and you just can't do it? That's what Brooklyn has felt like with the Kyrie KD thing. It's just like, yo, this light, this is a light. This should work. This should no light. What's happening? How come the things that's supposed to happen are not happening? That's what this has felt like. And somebody comes in. Yeah, what's up, Cuddy, with the Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons is another one where it's like you keep telling me that he's an asset, but nothing is happening.
I've never seen it, and I'm in Philly. I remember when he was a liability here. That's why they got rid of the nigga. Bro. And then he just went to my team and became a liability there. They want to talk about mental
Wow.
Whatever, nigga. I don't care. I don't want to talk about you, Ben Simmons. I didn't want to talk about you when you was a Sixer. I sure as fuck don't want to talk about you riding the bench in Brooklyn. Like,
Right.
but there are rumors. There are rumors already circulating about the newest Nets.
Who?
I can't really say too much yet. Holla at me off here.
Listen, man.
Same way I couldn't say shit about KD and Kyrie coming here until
right.
I got a birdie that told me there is a player trying to make their way to the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
you should know who it is, Blake.
Yeah, you should know who it is.
Just deduce.
You should know who it is, Blake.
Just deduce.
Keep it to yourself if it clicks. You should know who it is.
You should know who it is.
Yeah,
okay.
that smile on your face. Let me know you know who it is.
Okay.
So
we'll see. But I would love, Irv Gotti made a post as soon as they got eliminated. Like, yo, y'all need to get Mark Jackson to coach the Nets. He got the Warriors pretty much into like the seed of what they became, before Kerr took over. And I really like that as a concept because you got first a New York guy, but then also a guy who knows how to get these grown men in order. You know what I mean? And I think he would be amazing for that team because Steve Nash was like, kind of like the cool teacher that just like let niggas run the class because he got a heart for him. It's like, no, they need coaching. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they need coaching. Much. They need a system. They need defense.
Yep.
They could benefit from Mark Jackson for real.
I think, Blake, that's what actually marked the difference in the series. I believe it was the coaching because when you get to have competitive games, I think it's the coach who actually helps their team close the deal and close games. And due to the fact that they don't have much of a coach and he is that cool guy that lets he's actually that cool security guard that lets the inmates run the whole fucking asylum. That's exactly what happened in this case. Especially the way Kyrie was out here talking like, we don't need much coaching or whatever. You need some sort of structure, and I think the Nets from a coaching standpoint didn't have that. And that's why even though these games were competitive until the end, they weren't able to close it because they didn't have the coach to assist them or to guide them or to help them, basically seal the deal in these games. And players, I believe, have to have someone that they must respect when they speak to them. Like, for instance, Pat Riley demanded that respect as a coach. For instance, Phil Jackson demanded that respect as a coach.
I'm literally thinking about
what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought just now. What I was going to say, superstar. Yeah, exactly. Superstar player or not, the coach has to demand that respect from them. And I felt like there was a leak there when it came to the Nets. Yeah. Nash, with KD and Kyrie, like that dynamic was not working. They were not all on the same accord, as we say. So I believe that had a big effect, especially at the end of games where you have to be a little bit more strategic, in your approach in order to seal it.
Yep. Absolutely.
I agree.
So we're going to see.
All right, fellas. This has been fun. I know it was a little kind of surprise for everybody, but we weren't sure if we could make it happen. And then it happened. Didn't want to tell people what was happening and then not have it happen. So here we are. This was beautiful. This has been fun. So Blake, Jay, it has been wonderful, fellas. Blake, is there anything else you wanna give the world, give the listeners before you get out of here?
Just to any and everybody, follow me at Blake Symphony on IG. The brand is Nomad World Citizen. It's a living, breathing thing that is becoming less and less dependent on me the more I go. So y'all go ahead and dig into that, man. See if it's something you can get into. A whole project coming, Nomad 2 World Citizen. Nomad 2 Megajet coming. Sincere's on that rapping. Got some good rapping going on. You know what I mean? Amongst a bunch of other people. So look forward to that. And man, just thank y'all. Thank y'all for hearing me talk.
So Blake, I just want to ask you a quick question before we go. So you're actually putting together like some type of collaboration album, like some type of like Swiss Beats, Rough Riders kind of thing with different artists.
That's exactly what it is.
Under your production. Okay.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. I had Nomad a couple years ago, and it was just beats, and I enjoyed it, but it's kind of harder to hook people in when it's just instrumentals. I'm just finding a lot of people that I can get attention from are just not instrumental people. So I decided to get artists on this one and just get my kind of DJ Khaled, Calvin Harris.
That's what I was thinking along the lines.
DJ Khaled, type of thing on. And just feature artists, man. And it's a heavier lift, but it's more satisfying because when you hear this, that music you can live your life to and turn on right now and drive anywhere. So
are we gonna hear a verse from Blake?
Not on this. I don't think from this. But I will say that I do have an album I've been sitting on for like years now that I'm going to finish an NFT. And that's going to be my bridge back to dropping artist projects. But I don't know. Just a verse. Just a verse? Yeah, just a verse throughout the whole album. Just a verse. I'd like to hear one because I know you're much capable and you were an artist. Maybe I'll throw a bonus track on.
I'm about to say, just let it be the last joint.
Right.
Get niggas some bars.
I'll do it. Just because y'all said it, I'll do it. And that's
there you go. let it be the end of the joint. Just giving niggas some bars. Yeah. Let them know you still got it.
I have to do something. I'm going to do something for sure. I'll be on there for sure. But no, that's I've never talked about it on any like media, but Halfway Cafe. That's a album I recorded in like 2017.
Okay.
2016, 2017. Revving up for that. It's 2016. I was revving up for that. And then, life brought my son to my household. And just like, with Dreamcast before, things shifted with my daughter, things shifted with my son. And I just switched my energy and just became like this kind of thing in the vault. But I'm going to let that out. But no, I'm going to put some kind of rap on this. I'm going to do it just for y'all.
Definitely. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for asking me to rap, man. Anybody who asks me to rap really loves me because I really be trying to run from it. And y'all
is the project done? Is the project done?
75%?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say about 97%. A couple tweaks, but like the material is done. I'm gonna send y'all SoundCloud links. They're not gonna be the final mixes, but the gist of it is there. I can live with what I got if I had to.
I'm here for it.
Copy.
So yeah, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Depending upon if I actually get into if I go ahead and get into recording, we might have another joint on there solo. We'll see. But
let me know, man.
But I'm happy to have you here, bro.
Thank y'all.
I'm looking forward to finishing up what we have in store.
Absolutely.
Before we leave, two things. One, happy birthday to my goddaughter and my niece Layla. Definitely. She turned 21 yesterday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
So shout out to her. She should be expecting a
Layla
call from me soon. Shout out to Serena for graduating and getting her cosmetology license.
Rena doing big things.
So shout out to her. And also shout out to my brother and my cohort Byron B.
Hey.
On him and Candace's
boy.
Their first child, their baby boy.
Congratulations.
You never have a kid. I got emotional when I saw that baby, man. I was just like, holy cow.
Man. I remember when he told me, I was just like, nah, I'm so excited. Like this all started in a nigga crib. Like it's crazy to watch that
it
grow.
Did. You were the genesis.
Crazy, bro.
And I was with him and his wife in Times Square until like 3 a.m. when they was first binding at McDonald's. And I was just like, boy, if you don't marry this girl.
it's like they were tailor-made for each other, right?
Yeah.
They were,
absolutely.
Bro. They were, for real.
Absolutely.
But they're two of the most beautiful souls that I know, and they both are amazing people. I am happy. I can't wait to meet the baby. I can't wait. He man, just congratulations to y'all. So
absolutely.
On that note, we out of here. We will see y'all tomorrow on Convos at 8 p.m. for the JaySin Podcast OT. Yes. Until then, I'm headed to pick up Harley from Jersey. She's hanging out with Kobe, her doggy friend. They had a sleepover. We went to a comedy show last night and we saw Jason Banks. And bro, it was hilarious. So shout out to Jason Banks. All right, y'all. Be safe. Hey!
Yeah.